This story is actually insane. Domino's, their market cap in 2008 was $226 million. Million with an M. Now, in 2024, their market cap is $17.73 billion with a B, billion dollars. This is the story of how Domino's saved their company with innovative, authentic, and transparent marketing. I think this is one of the most memorable ad campaigns in my lifetime. You know, their pizza actually ranked last in customer favorability, behind Chuck E. Cheese. All right, like this was back in 2008. Their customers preferred to go to Chuck E. Cheese for pizza rather than Domino's. And no disrespect to Chuck E. Cheese either, but like, come on, you're you're a pizza company. So this episode's going to be a little bit about talking about how the marketing really helped their comeback. Obviously, the pizza was completely changed. I love when companies roll the dice on campaigns that might be a little bit out of the ordinary, right? When you put your CEO in front of the camera and go to customers' homes and read off of scripts that said, here's some customer feedback. Oh, X, Y, and Z customer said our pizza tastes like a cardboard box. Like to admit that, hey, our products sucked and now they don't. And now you should come check us out. Come check out the new pizza. It worked out. And I love that. And I give them so many props for that. When I see companies failing, I kind of see it as, okay, well, you could take two approaches. You could kind of like slowly die out and just cash out your last couple of checks as a leader, or you can take a bold new approach and transform the brand and create something entirely new. And that's pretty much what Domino's did. They completely reinvented themselves. The Domino's brand was falling apart. Like the stock was in the toilet. But recently, they've actually ranked number 1 in pizza favorability when it comes to pizza chains throughout the entire United States. So how did they do this? Well, I'm going to focus mostly on the pizza turnaround campaign. It's one of my favorite marketing campaigns of all time, just because it was very self-aware and, it was honest. It was an honest campaign. And I really, really appreciate that when it comes to advertising. And it saved the Domino's company. So what was the pizza turnaround campaign? Well, first of all, they looked inward. They did a lot of different focus groups, and they got some pretty negative reviews. And actually what they found is that it wasn't just that people were indifferent to the Domino's brand and didn't just like, I don't really like it. No, there was people that had very strong emotions towards the Domino's brand, which they actually liked because, hey, it's better to have some haters rather than people who are indifferent to you, because there's, it's still a strong emotion. And so you could turn those haters around. They still care, right? If people didn't care about the Domino's brand, then there would be no haters. So they actually kind of looked at that as a positive and said, oh, okay, so yeah, people absolutely hate our pizza. I mean, it was to the point where they looked at some of their criticism and, customers were saying, one customer said, where's the love? It doesn't feel like there's much love in this pizza. Some people said it's like cardboard. And some other people said it's the worst excuse for pizza ever. And we're going to get into this too. They actually had some of the leadership team read out some of these poor reviews in their ads, which was awesome. So the CEO said you could either use negative comments to get you down, or you could use them to energize you to create a better pizza. And that's exactly what they did. So they went in and developed a brand new pizza, and it took them 7 months to do it, which is actually incredible considering how big of a brand they are, how many franchises there are of Domino's. And after they did this, they unleashed this unbelievable, just this fantastic advertising campaign, mainly on TV, mainly using video. And in the quarter after that, they saw a 14.3% same-store sales growth after the campaign, which is record-breaking in all facets of the game. The campaign was actually so good that it had the highest score of all time amongst all ad campaigns in the consumer's mind. People loved the campaign. So what did they do? They had this whole thing called Pizza Turnaround. I'll link that. It's like a 5-10 minute video. They actually got a lot of these quotes that I'm going to use here are actually just from the ad campaign itself. So they had the CEO and the leadership team, PR personnel, chief marketing officer, the main chefs behind the pizza. They had them all on camera talking about the criticism, as well as the fact that they actually really care about the company and they want it to get better and they care about the customers. They started the campaign talking about the history of the company. They actually showed the first car. Domino's was actually the first company in America to offer pizza delivery. Like, they kind of started that whole pizza delivery trend. And so they showed the first car that Domino's used for pizza delivery, which was awesome, right? So they talked a little bit about the history of the company. CEO was the narrator there. He kind of walked through like a little Domino's museum type deal. And then he said, we face the criticism head on. We want people to love our pizza. Then the pizza chef comes in, says, we had to start over with a new recipe. And he's like, we changed everything. This is a new sauce, a new crust, a new cheese. That's what pizza should taste like, he says. I can't wait for people to try our new pizza. I love this, right? We changed everything. This is a new sauce, new crust, new cheese, new everything. And I just like how he says, that's what pizza should taste like. I can't wait for people to try our new pizza. See, I love that right there. That's that little thing. And it felt really genuine and honest when you heard it in the ad. Before all that, though, they actually had the chief marketing officer, a franchise owner, and the PR director and the CEO read out very poor reviews. They actually filmed a real focus group where they had the customers come in and talk about how bad the pizza was. And they used this in their advertising. So like one of the customers literally said, "Where's the love? It doesn't feel like there's much love in this pizza. It's like cardboard." And then the chief marketing officer had all of these little slides and all of the complaints written out. One person said it's the worst excuse for pizza ever. The franchise owner said, this customer said the sauce tastes like ketchup. And the PR director said that the cardboard complaint, the pizza tasting like cardboard, was the most common one. And it's making me laugh. It's funny. It's really awesome that they did this. The chef comes in and said it hits him in the heart. The last 25 years of doing this, and, it hurts. And you could tell there's like a really genuine connection being made there between the main pizza chef and the customers. So like I said, the CEO came in, said you could either use negative comments to get you down, or you can use it to energize you to create a better pizza. And, obviously there's this great synergy. Could they have done this marketing campaign had they not rejuvenated and revitalized their pizza? No. But we can take a little bit of the authenticity and the kind of directness that they used in this advertising and self-awareness that they used and apply this to our own companies, the transparency that they used as well. CEO also said, we swallowed our pride, admitted we sucked, and it was time for a change. So, like I said, they did a lot of focus groups. They wanted customers to give them a second chance. They really wanted to give them a second chance. And that was kind of one of their main questions they asked when coming up with this campaign was how do you ask customers to give us a second chance? And so they said, we're going to aim to become a truly transparent brand and begin a never-ending mission of improvement. The CEO said, we had to make a change, and we decided to tell the story in the most honest way we could to customers. And the result was fantastic. Like I said, in this massive pizza turnaround campaign, the next kind of ads were this follow-up where they admitted their wrongdoing, right? They admitted that their pizza sucked, and then they followed up and went to customers' doors. So a lot of the customers that had previously given them poor complaints, they went to the customers' doors with the pizza and had them try the pizza. It's awesome. It's awesome. And then they kind of took it up a notch too. They did this whole "Show Us Your Pizza" campaign, and where they, the CEO literally, he said we aim to become a truly transparent brand and begin a never-ending mission of improvement. Awesome. So the Show Us Your Pizza kind of builds on this. So it's this kind of food transparency thing where and this was in 2011, they wanted customers to take pictures of their pizza once they got the pizza. And they vowed not to doctor images in the future as well. So like any sort of images that they use for promotional materials and stuff like that, obviously food companies love to doctor the images. They promised that they weren't going to doctor them. And so what happened is 40,000 images were submitted to their website. That was another successful campaign right there. Then they followed that up with something called Behind the Pizza, which I really love. I think this is kind of more of a, if you think about it, it's more of a how it's made type deal. They went to the supply chain and they brought customers there. They filmed everything at the supply chain, right? The farms, etc., stuff like that. And they found that people on average spent online about 20 minutes watching these like little mini documentaries that they put together, which is awesome. And a lot of brands are starting to do this. It's called branded video content. It's a wonderful thing to do, especially with YouTube now. So, the CEO was out in front of it. They did a heavy focus on television, heavy focus on video. In my view, I'm a little biased here, but I don't think they could have done it any other way without video. I think it's a very powerful campaign that they got done, and I love it. So how do we apply it? So I have a couple of bullet points I wanted to go through. One is be radically transparent. 2 is document everything. 3 is video is key. 4 is involve customers big time. 5 is don't be afraid to be bold. And so, how do we apply this to our businesses? And, I'll be a little honest and transparent here, just like Domino's, in my biases at least. I'm a video production professional. I produce really phenomenal video content for a lot of authentic companies and authentic brands. And I'm truly under the belief that this campaign would not have been possible without video. They were radically transparent in all of their advertising. And this is something like, for example, that I do a lot. I try and push the CEOs and the founders and the leadership groups to get out in front of the logo. I say that a lot. And we usually do stuff like brand videos, mini documentaries, that type of stuff. I would suggest being more out front and open in your marketing too. If you're a CEO and you want to take that kind of bold, or a founder and you want to take that kind of bold direction. A lot of the times we kind of rely on our logo to be this kind of nameless, faceless brand, right? But we don't actually get out in front of it a lot of the time. I think that's really important, and it does a lot for authenticity if it's right for your brand, obviously. For me, for example, with the videos, I want to do a behind the scenes of eventually one day. It is kind of funny filming a video of me filming videos. It would be very meta. It'd be a behind the scenes of a behind the scenes making of behind the scenes. It would be kind of funny, and I want to do that one day. But it is very difficult to have 2 video crews filming at once. So involving customers is a big one. Trying getting into your supply chain, maybe talking with some of the people that influence your brand a little bit and the people that you work with. Bring your customers fully behind the scenes. I've probably said it about 1 billion times too, but case study customer testimonial videos is a big one as well. Video was really key in their ability to make this campaign happen. It wouldn't have been able to be done with just text or photography, obviously. Be radically transparent. Bring yourself forward in the campaigns. Put yourself forward in the campaigns. Put leadership forward in the campaigns. Document everything and involve customers big time. And don't be afraid to be bold. Those are some of the key things that I took away from Domino. So thank you so much for listening. This is still, like I said earlier, very early in this entire podcast. This is only episode 3. But if you got something out of this, please share it. Share it with your friends, your marketing professionals, business owners. Trying to build a really great community here. And it's just getting started. So see you guys next week.